so this is going to be a little vlog review of my reading experience with this, and I'm starting it a little bit late because I just had a long weekend with my friends in San Diego. But yeah, I'm reading The Tombs, and I got this in exchange for an honest review from HarperTeen, so thank you very much, HarperTeen. I really am just grateful for that. Thank you. And yeah, so this is about a girl set in the 1800s America and Brooklyn, and her mom was sent to an asylum for seeing visions and stuff, and now she's worried that she's also seeing those same visions, and there's like some magic and stuff involved in this story, and I really like it. It's also like corrupt mental health stuff, and it's been really interesting so far. There is a trigger warning and some like controversy regarding the term gypsy, and I'm not going to say it anymore, but yeah, that term is used throughout this book all the time. There is an author's note in the back that basically says she uses the word throughout the book because it's historically accurate that that's how it would be termed, but I do think that it could have been used and then corrected by our main characters and then used as a slur instead of just used as a term, if that makes sense, because there is like a lot of talk about racism. One of our characters is a African American, and so like obviously there's racism involved in his character too, and I feel like that's done better than the G term and all that stuff. It's not really like talked about at all so far in the book, at least, that term, and so that's a bummer, but so far it's really interesting. Some of the dialogue is like not my favorite. It sounds a little bit I don't know, like just not realistic, I guess. I've been looking for these glasses everywhere. I finally found them in my car. So earlier I had to get off the video because I work as a substitute teacher and the bell had rung, so students were gonna start coming in. I am enjoying it, it's good, but I did share some of my issues with it. I didn't get through much more of it today. Sometimes as a sub, I can sit and read most of the day, and today I was able to do that for the first couple periods, but then I was not able to do it for the afternoon. So I haven't read much more today. I'm currently leaving home to go to my class, my ASL class. I'm hoping to finish it like in the next few days, like maybe throughout the week, and then we will get more information on what I feel about it. I am on page 232, and it's just okay right now. Like, I'm finding the dialogue to be really distracting, and like the descriptions of what's going on is fine, and then if she like thinks in her head, it's written in first person, or if all the dialogue is just kind of a little awkward and I can't tell like why it is. I can't like put my finger on what it is, but it just doesn't seem like something somebody would actually think or say, and so that's distracting. So right now it's like 3 stars for me, because like the plot is entertaining, but just the dialogue is kind of meh. So that's how I'm feeling right now. So let's see how we go. Yeah, I'm like trying to figure out how, like I have so much book left, and I feel like it doesn't need to be this long either. So we'll see how I feel later. So I'm still reading The Tombs. Oh, why is this book so long? Like,
I didn't realize it was such a chunker when I picked it up. Oops. But I just got to the part where they went undercover as the prostitutes in the like fancy party that Spectre was part of, and two things happened that I can tell this book, like, the plot is really interesting, the ideas are really cool, but just some of the doing it is not that good, and I feel bad saying that. But like, they're watching this dude talk about how he is the one who made the water fountains and how they're going to poison the water so that all of the workers will be under their control so that they won't unionize and fight back on all this stuff. And it's this long like 2 pages at least, even more than that. It's like 4 pages of this dude explaining what he's gonna do and showing them how he's gonna do it and all of this stuff. And then they end with the line, "I leaned toward Catalina so she could hear me. Bloody hell, Catalina, they're going to poison the water." I gathered that. Thanks, though. Like, why did we need it to be repeated? It's just weird. Like, some of the writing is just... It's one of my reasons that I don't really love reading middle grade, is that they reiterate things a lot for you. And, like, I'm at the reading level and, like, adulthood that bothers me, and that's okay that it exists. It just isn't for me. And I totally understand that other people are not... It's different for every reader, and for me, it's annoying, and so it's just annoying me. And then after that, something else happened. Oh, she got herself fucking caught by Spectre at this party. They were totally fine, not gonna get caught, and then suddenly, she's an idiot is the problem. Like, it's one of those situations where you're like, that could have easily been prevented. What? How did that happen? So now I'm just complaining for this whole 2 minutes and 34 seconds, but I needed to vent about this, and I'm just kind of getting annoyed by this book. And it's a... I'm at a high school today. That's their warning bell to go to class, but I don't have a class right now. But yeah, I just am annoyed. And it's frustrating to me too, because I love the concept and like the idea of the plot, but I'm not loving the construction of it or the implementation of it. It's just okay. And yeah, so I'm on page 302, and there are 431. Okay, so I'm closer to being done than I thought I was. It just seemed like a lot. Like, it just seemed like I had a lot left. Okay, that's it for now. So it's been a few days since I finished The Tombs by Deborah Schaumburg, and I wanted to finish up this little vlog by giving my last bits of thoughts and opinions on this book. So finishing the book, I gave it about a 3 out of 5 stars. The plot I loved, and I really liked the ideas in the book. But I found that a lot of times I was disappointed in the writing style and some of the ways that the dialogue was. It just felt a little clunky sometimes, and it wasn't my favorite, so that's why I brought it down. There's also a few times when it just over-explained things that really bothered me, and so those are some of the things that I didn't like. That being said, like, this is a young adult novel, and so perhaps I'm just too old of a reader for it. Like, maybe it would have been better if I had been 16, 14, and those reiterations would have been more necessary, but as me, myself, and I, it just wasn't, and so then I found it frustrating. So I definitely think there are people who would like this book. My other biggest issue was the use of the word gypsy, because I didn't feel like, I felt like it could have been done better. Like, there was no reason to use the N-word, even though there was an African-American person in this time zone, in this time frame, in this book. And so why was there a need to always and regularly use that term. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It wasn't a good enough excuse, in my opinion. I did like that the Romani people were included in this story. Like, their culture was really interesting. I don't know a lot about the Romani culture, so I don't know how accurate it was in terms of like what the Romani were doing, but I did really like the representation. Hopefully it was good, not including the part where we regularly use the derogatory term in it. And yeah, so that's how I felt about this book. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. Hopefully you guys like it a little bit more than me. Thank you very much, HarperTeen, for sending me this book in exchange for this honest review. I really, really appreciate it and hope to work further along with you in the future. If you guys liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. All of my links to my social media and stuff like that are also in the description box down below, as well as information on the Sassy Book Club. March, we are reading A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle, and we're also going to be watching the new movie that comes out on March 9th. You can watch it whenever you want, and then we'll discuss it together during the live show, which is going to be April 1st, Easter, at 1 p.m. PST. Sorry that it's Easter. That is the best day that works for all of the hosts, so hopefully you guys can join, and if you can't join at the time, then you can always watch it later because it is on my channel for the rest of eternity. And I will see you guys very soon with a new video. Bye!